Okay, HadesOmega here. I'm doing a video today on how to change the batteries in your Razor E200 scooter. So let me tell you a little story of why I'm doing this. So this is kind of gonna be like a how-to kind of vlog. It's pretty. A lot of people have probably done it already, but and they have different models with different ways to do it, but we're gonna do it on this one right here. So I bought this scooter about maybe a month ago, and the previous owner didn't charge it as much as probably they should have. It was kind of weak when I got it, so I went and conditioned the battery by like taking the batteries out and putting it on a charger, because the way the batteries work on this are it's a 24 volt system, but it uses two 12 volt batteries in series. So you add the two 12 together and you get your 24 volts. So that's the way it works. That's the way the power system is set up. So what happened was I overcharged the batteries. So one day, so I have it. You plug it in with the charger here, and it still powers on, but it's not very powerful anymore. You can see the little diagram here of how they got the batteries all set up. But yeah, I left it plugged in for maybe, I don't know, maybe like a week or something. And I go check it. It's supposed to have like a little, there's a green light on it on the charger where like it turns green when it's fully charged. And then so apparently it didn't turn green, or like it rarely turns green. So my guess is that one of these batteries was like old, like kind of getting old and like not good anymore, and it was not balanced or something. And I guess it wasn't charging it. It overcharged it, basically what happened. I felt the deck on the scooter was like super hot. So yeah, I overcharged it. I haven't even looked at the batteries yet. We'll tear in there and we'll take a look at it. But basically, I have not charged it since then, and I haven't ridden it that much. As you can see, it doesn't want to go anywhere when I put it on. So those batteries are toast. I plan to do some little upgrades on the controller and everything in the future, but I just want to get the scooter working again. So yeah, so that's the story. I overcharged it, and then so my suggestion is don't leave it plugged in all the time. That charger doesn't like turn off when it's supposed to. It could start a fire or something, you know. But yeah, if it got real hot like that, I could feel like the deck expanding and stuff. I was like, oh man, those batteries are toast, man. Hell, overcharged. So but that's what happens when I had this happen on a Toyota Prius, except the Toyota Prius has like 28 batteries in it, so something around that number. What happens is when the cells or the batteries are unbalanced, one of them charges, and then like the other one, the capacity, when the battery's capacity goes down on one of them, when you're charging it, it charges one of them, the one with the better capacity. It charges that up, while the other one, like it doesn't. It charges it to its full capacity like too fast, because the capacity is lower, and then it destroys the battery if the imbalance is too much. So I think that's what happened. I think the batteries are like kind of old on this scooter, so it's time to replace them. So yeah, so I'm gonna show you how to do that today. So that's my story, and time to get on the how-tos. So right here I got some new batteries. I bought these on eBay from an eBay seller. These are the Power Star batteries. They're actually an upgrade for the E200. This is a 9 amp hour battery here. See, it says 12 volts, 9 amp hours, where the stock one is like, I think it's 7 amp hours or something. We'll take a look at it more closely when we take it out. So right here I got it on my Odyssey battery charger. So I've charged these before I started this video. So as you can see, it's all good to go. Batteries have been reconditioned and everything. That's what I did with my other batteries, and it worked a lot better until I overcharged them. So I'm just gonna have to remember to just unplug it after a day or something. What I might do later is add a voltmeter to the scooter so I can check the status of the voltage. I don't know why these scooters don't have something like that. That's kind of dangerous, like if it could catch on fire. So I'm going to go ahead and unplug these now. They're good and charged. I know the other one is charged. So these are our new batteries, and you're going to need 2 of these guys. This is pretty much how they come. I believe they have these little terminal covers on them to keep it from touching stuff. We probably want to keep them on the positive. That's the one that could potentially short circuit on other stuff. And it comes with a connector if you want to use it. I will tell you this, I'm not going to use this. I'm going to solder it straight onto the battery. Why? Because I had a E200 scooter. I had one before that got stolen, and yeah, so these come loose after a while, so I don't recommend using these, and at least the way they have it in the scooter, because these batteries sit sideways in the thing. So let's just set these aside for now, and let's get started. Okay, for reference purposes, sorry, it's like upside down, and the sticker's almost gone. I think this is a model 36. So see there, right here, it says 36. So this is like the 36 revision. So that's what version mine is. Mine, I've had different ones before. This one has the this one doesn't have the little power light here, which I don't like. It has a quick release that allows you to put the handlebars down. Some of them don't have that. And this one has a chain drive with an automatic tensioner on it. Right here is an automatically tensioned chain. So there's something I do like about it and some things I don't like about it. So I got all the tools on my deck laid out to take the deck out. I'll show you what I got here. I got a Dremel. It's a power screwdriver with a Philipshead screwdriver. Just you can just use any Philipshead screwdriver. You don't have to use this. I got a 4mm T-handle, Allen head T-handle. You can use a normal Allen wrench if you got one. And you'll need an 8mm to take the nuts in the back out. So I'm going to start with the Allen head bolts. Pretty easy. Just take them out. And my suggestion is to just take them out and lay them right next to where they are. That way you don't mix them up. Others, if you have a different model scooter than mine, it may be a little different, but it's pretty much the same thing, I think. I'm going to put these. I'll put these right here so I can find them again. I'm going to go ahead and start taking these screws out. And then go ahead and take the back out. So go ahead and get your 8mm wrench and then just stick it under the fender, and then you should feel a bolt there, and like just stick it where the nut is. And then the nut will kind of just drop out. Or try to hold it. If you hold it on the bottom, it won't just fall out. I'm just going to stick that there for now. Pretty much it. Let's take all the screws out. So the back has a screw and 2 locking nuts. Now, these are the most special ones. I'm just going to put them right here. There's no way. Just remember that those ones go in the back. If you try to put the other ones in and you screw it, you'll be screwing forever because there's nothing for it to catch on. And then the deck should just come right off like that. Voila. Okay, so let's take a look at this a little close. Okay, so the next thing to do, you have to unbolt the batteries from the frame. Basically, you've got this plastic tub that holds all the guts of everything in. The only thing that's separate from it, that's part of the powertrain, is the motor, and the motor is like bolted back here. So to take that out, to take this bracket out, you need a Phillips head screwdriver. Take these 2 screws out right here. And I can already tell you, yeah, these batteries are toast. I'm surprised this did not start a fire or something, you know. Alright, so that's what the bracket looks like. It's just basically a bar with 2 holes in it, and it has like a foam piece to kind of dampen the thing. It's probably all bent now too because the battery's expanded. Yeah, it's bad. Set that somewhere safe. One thing to do if you know, you don't want to mix these up with the other screws is just put them back where you found them. Okay, so let's take a closer look at what I got going on in here. So this is what it looks like when you take the so after you take the bar out, this is what you're gonna find, and that just basically secures the batteries onto the thing. So you can see that the battery has been melted. It's like it's exploding. It's been overcharged. So and as I had thought, one of them is more. Looks worse than the other. When we take them out, we'll inspect them a little closely, but you can see this one here is a lot more puffed up than this one here. This one just a little bit. This one a lot of it. So it's probably just running on this battery right here. So yeah, so this is how that's what you're gonna find when you take everything apart. But yeah, that's so you got your controller here, and then your batteries here, and then all your switches and fuses and breaker and stuff is over there, and then you got all your drivetrain back here. So yeah, and it just all sits in this little tub here. So what we got to do next is let's take the batteries out. But yeah, the reason this happened is because the capacity dropped on one of these, and then the charger didn't like pick up on it. Like, hey, if the capacity drops on one of them and you continue to charge it, like one of them will continue to charge a little more, and then the other one this will happen to it. It'll overcharge. So that's what happens. That's why the series setup is not very good. So I don't know why they don't just go with like one battery. If you have a way to upgrade this to one battery, I would do it. If you could find like a 24-volt battery that you just plop in there, that would be a lot better. Anyway, okay, got it in there a little closer so you can see what's going on. Let's go take these batteries out. Yeah, man, they are stuck in there. Yeah, they're like stuck. Okay. So, unfortunately, my batteries, I cannot get it out very easily, so I have to get a pry bar. Be careful not to touch any of the terminals. Okay. It's kind of trying to go out, but not really. Don't break. Okay, I might have to go turn it sideways to get all this out. Okay. Okay, I got it out. It's all bad. This is in really bad shape. So that's what happens when you overcharge your battery. So yeah, so basically the batteries kind of fused together in there. They kind of glued themselves together. I kind of don't want to, you know. And the safety thing that that Razer does to their scooters, so to keep it from keep you from shorting stuff out, is they put a glue. Okay, I'll tell you this: the last time I opened this, it did not look like this. So there used to be a glue here. The batteries got so hot it melted the glue. It's like a kind of like a heat glue, and it See, so never modify the electrical system. Alterations could cause a fire. Use the wrong type of battery. The charger could cause a fire or explosion. Well, these are the stock batteries, man. What can I say? Yeah. So anyway, this is what's going on here. So you can go ahead and unplug the batteries. That's what you want to do now. And you can do that by disconnecting here. So it'll be connected to a plug like this, and then there'll be another one going to the breaker here. So disconnect that, and we're gonna reuse this. Okay, so just kind of remember where it was. It's kind of hard to forget. There's a black one also. Okay, so it's kind of hard to forget, but it's in series, so I think you could plug it in any way you want. Basically the breaker, it just, when it gets too hot, it blows the circuit, and then it cuts your power. But just remember that on my scooter, okay, I got a better angle for you. So here it is. So this guy, the red spade connector, connects to the top of the breaker here, and then the negative here goes to the bottom. So you need to unplug that, and you just do that by pulling them out, and you can get that. You can do that by kind of wiggling it. Surprised nothing else melted in here. I couldn't believe how hot this scooter got, you know. Okay, so there you go. So you got the battery out with your harness. So you don't mix it up, or you can just watch this video again. Keep the batteries in the same orientation that you found them. So we found them like this. So basically the front of one battery is facing one way, and then the back is facing the other way when you're looking at it straight up. Yep, okay. And then so that's pretty much it. You can take the batteries out and work on it somewhere else after that. Okay, so here they are. These are the new batteries, and these are the old batteries. Got them out. We're going to go work on my table here. Just a little bit messy, but I think we'll be okay. And that's what it looks like without all the stuff in there. So we're not really going to mess with any more of that stuff out of it. So just remember to disconnect this cable here, and then those two right here. And basically what you're going to do is you're just going to install this the same way that you took these out. But your batteries should look like this, okay? I'm not gonna lie, it's not supposed to be that hard to get them out like like it took me. Basically, it fused the batteries together. Look at that. I can hold one battery and it'll hold the other one up. The force of gravity will not let it drop. And I'm kind of afraid to let it come apart because it may acid like explode or something. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. Yeah. So like I said, there's a risk of fire. So don't leave your scooter plugged in for longer than like overnight. Don't forget. Yeah, or just make sure you monitor it, you know. Just only charge it when it's pretty low on power, you know. Don't try to keep on topping it off, because that charger, it sucks, and it's not a very good charger. Anyway, so here's the new batteries. These batteries are PowerStar batteries, like I mentioned. I got them on eBay. It took them a while to get to me. I don't know what happened. I think it was the post office's fault. These are sealed lead acid batteries is what they are. So you can mount them any way you want, and acid will not leak out of them. Fortunately, nothing leaked out of this. These are the stock batteries. They're the Shaoxing Huitong batteries. And these are made by PowerStar. They're both made in China. So these are 12 volts, 7 amp hours, and these are 12 volts, 9 amp hours. So you got like 2 more amp hours. So these are a little upgrade for the E200. This should so theoretically this scooter's range will be a little better now, hopefully. if these are up to snuff, and they should be smaller than that. Yeah. So okay, so basically what you're going to want to do is so when you depending on the model that you have, your terminals may either be glued on, or they could have those spade connectors on there. This one has been soldered and they glue it on. They use a hot glue, and it's all gone now because the battery got so hot it melted that glue. So you can see it's like oozing out down there. But basically, what you want to do, I don't recommend using the spade connectors because they come loose. You don't want to use that. You want to solder it on. It's up to you. You can do it your way. If you're not comfortable soldering, go ahead and crimp some spade connectors on there. They should be the female spade connectors is what you use for these, and they'll just slip right in. But I am going to solder them on because that's the best way, I think. And it's a little more permanent, but hey. So what we got to do first is let us orientate the batteries. So you can see the negative is on the top there and the positive is on the bottom. So you just want to mount it, basically, you just want to remember that. And then the other one is the opposite way, with the logo facing this way. And I think it's the same for both batteries. So if I was to do that, yeah, so one of them, the way you're going to mount it inside the scooter is you're going to have the back facing up and the front facing up on one of them. And then like the bottoms are touching each other. You won't have the terminals in the upper left and upper right. It's like 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock. From the way we're looking at it. That's if you're looking at the scooter this way. Got it? Alright. So these do have the spade connectors. I would say just keep these ones in there. Don't solder that to your breaker. But yeah, the less of these that you have, the more power you'll have. I'll tell you that now, because like most of the time the connections go bad, or like they start to get corroded and stuff. And that's another thing you want to worry about, corrosion. That's another reason they glue it, so it doesn't get corroded. All right, so yeah, so just kind of remember how it is. And you want to solder for the right battery here, or the one that's the back facing up. You want to solder the negative, the negative one, the black one, the black wire to the negative, and the red wire to the positive. That's the way it should be, but I bet you it's not the same on the other side. Oh, it is. Okay. Yeah. So the way this works is it's a series circuit, sort of, kind of. Basically, you've got your positive here and your negative here, and then you're connecting the positive to the negative of this one. Yeah. Yeah, you're connecting the but and then this, yeah, that's the way it works. So it's basically you're doing this, but they put a breaker in between it to keep you from, like, overheating the system. Basically, it's basically hooked up like this, positive to negative, and then there's a negative going to your controller, and then positive going to your controller. But in between there's a switch and a fuse, a breaker. So that's all the safety stuff. So, but that's basically how they hook it up. They hook it up in series. When you hook it up in series, you're adding the voltages, but you're keeping the current the same. So now this should be a 24 volt, because you're adding two 12 volts, and you're making it into a 24 volt system. That's 9 amp hours as opposed to 7 amp hours. Okay, anyway, so basically, so just remember, you want to solder those onto this, and then that's going to go down like that. And then when we put it back in.